Yo, what up, Toshi here? We have a brand new game in its pre-registration phase. The Seven Deadly Sins. Now, the Seven Deadly Sins is an anime, or yeah, it's an anime. This game is based on that anime IP. I've actually never watched Seven Deadly Sins. Well, take that back. I saw a few episodes of season one. I don't remember too much more of that though. I at least remember this character on the pillow being introduced, and I think this character was like a king or something like that. That's like all I remember from my watch through of it. But this is an anime I definitely do want to pick back up just because I want to get into this game and have a sort of prerequisite for the game in terms of understanding what the lore is behind the game and the world building and all of that. Also, I think this pink hair character is really cute, but I think every pink hair character is cute. Anyways, this is now in this pre-registration phase. You can see that you can now pre-register for PS5, Steam, which is PC, and mobile. It most likely will have its own PC client on top of the Steam client. I'm gonna definitely try this game out on PC and mobile. I am curious to see how it's going to play mobile. It'll be very important. If the game plays smooth, PS5, that's great, by the way. They should actually add it to Xbox as well. Exclusivity deals, from what I understand, are not as prominent as they used to be for these major gotcha titles, because we've seen like Genshin Impact be added to Xbox. We've seen Honkai Star Rail. I believe that's gonna. I don't think it's on Xbox now, but I'm assuming it'll get added to Xbox at some point as well. We're starting to see some of these PlayStation exclusive gotcha games, major titles that is, start to convert over to Xbox as well. And Nintendo Switch is dead and dead in the ditch. But we have Nintendo Switch 2 coming out, and that console seems way better than the Nintendo Switch first one, right? The sad truth is, I thought about like getting a Nintendo Switch 2, but the thing is that you have to essentially like, if I could, because like I did the trade-in bonus for GameStop and how much I would get if I traded it in for a Switch 2, they would give me less than $100. I was like, are you serious? Wow. The value of that console dropped off. And I don't really blame them. The console sucks, to be honest. Especially when you run some of those newer Pokemon titles. Alright. So, we have a little bit of a synopsis of the game info. The Seven Deadly Sins origin is an open world action RPG based on the global popular anime, The Seven Deadly Sins. Now, this anime is not as popular as it used to be, or not even popular at all anymore. Honestly, who? What? Right? The anime fell off from what I've heard across the board from every anime watcher. This anime just fell off. My someone I know close to me watched this anime. He liked it, but I personally have not seen it, so we'll see what it is when I watch it. But I'm definitely excited to get into it for sure. Which has sold over 55 million copies worldwide. That's a lot, by the way. Again, this we're talking about an anime that was actually really popular in its first inception. Like when this anime first released, it was extremely popular. There was so many people watching the anime, so many people talking about the anime. This was like 2019, 2020. I think around that time period, I remember seeing this anime everywhere on Netflix, everything, dude. This anime was so popular. Set in an original multiverse storyline, the game follows the journey of Tristan, the son of Meliodas, and Elizabeth. Well, there you go. That's a spoil for me. So these two characters end up getting together. I mean, you can kind of put two and two together, right? If you have not even watched the anime, you probably already know that these two would get together because you see the like it's like the Lucy and Natsu thing, right? I it's really hard or really easy to pretty much predict exactly what's going to happen with the end of an anime like this with those two characters and his companions as they embark on a quest to restore the twisted time and space of Britannia. A little bit of a Code Geass reference there. Players can strategically combine each character's unique skills and weapons to enjoy dynamic combat, while engaging in diverse, okay, you can zoom in more, diverse exploration activities such as flying, diving, fishing, and more across a vibrant open world. With meticulously crafted graphics powered by Unreal Engine, interesting, and faithful reproductions of the original anime style, also interesting, the game delivers an immersive experience, making players feel like the protagonists of the anime as they dive into a true adventure. This is actually really important. I'm glad that they brought up that part at the end there. I really like gotcha games, but you know what I like more than gotcha games? Anime. And I always wanted a good anime gotcha game. And this might end up being the first. Now, this game has been in development for quite some time, man. I remember, again, this game like getting announced, like I think it was like late 2022. And we didn't get any more news surrounding this game. So I imagine they were working on this game for quite some time, probably well before that, because we got like a it was not a concept, but it was definitely like a teaser. And I remember back then, dude, this game was like hyped with that teaser because we started getting a lot more open world games after Genshin Impact like blew up, right? And so I'm definitely excited to see how this game ends up turning out because I mean I always wanted a game again that is essentially faithful to an IP of an anime. And I feel like that in itself will bring in a lot of traction. And honestly, it might even if depending on how well this game does, stuff like this is so important by the way. Depending on how well this game does, it may even revive interest in the anime series to begin with. You've seen this with like Marvel Rivals doing really good to the point where now there is a lot more people, me included, that are interested in the Marvel IP and a bunch of the Marvel movies coming out. Like I'm super excited to go see the new Fantastic Four movie later on, and that's because of Marvel Rivals for me personally. And again, I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there that feel the same way as me. Reading more of the released comics, more interest in the Avengers, more interest in the Fantastic Four, more interest in the X-Men, so on and so forth, right? So I'm actually interested to see how this game does. It could end up reviving the IP, and we might see more content for Seven Deadly Sins later on, depending on how this game does. But it's developed by Netmarble. I know Netmarble, for a lot of people, this publisher is a red flag automatically. For me personally, I don't really care. I know they made the Solo Leveling game, and Solo Leveling is like doing really well. Not only the anime IP is just catastrophic, which by the way, amazing anime. I really love my watch through from beginning to finish. I was sitting down just watching it like a little fanboy. It was just phenomenal. I love that anime. But the game that the anime IP is based on, right? It's actually pretty darn good and is doing really well. And I heard the game is super free to play friendly, all by being a part of Netmarble. So, I don't think this is a red flag as much as it used to be. So if that's anything to go off of I assume that they're going to be doing pretty darn of a good job with this game. So I'm excited. I'm excited. Platforms: console, PlayStation 5, PC, Steam, mobile, iOS, AOS. Again, I assume they might have their own regular PC client, and then later on there'll probably be like Xbox you can play this game on. Open world action RPG, late 2025 to be determined. Late 2025 can mean anywhere from like wintertime most likely wintertime. So like I would say October all the way to December is most likely the time frame of release for this game. Definitely leaning more towards like November release, but man, I'm super excited. We're already halfway through the year, mind you. We're only halfway through the year, right? So what's another half of the year, right? It'll go over in the snap of a finger. No, Thanos pun intended there. Region, worldwide, awesome. I'm glad they mentioned worldwide and not global. Worldwide is definitely a lot different compared to like the wording that a lot of other games use nowadays. They say global, right? Worldwide means like everywhere. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what part of the globe you're on. Everywhere. So that's nice. You can be in space. The aliens will be playing Seven Deadly Sins Origin, right? Brand site launch and pre-registration opening on June 2nd. That is today. That's why I'm making this video, actually. Includes key characters, world overview, future roadmap, official community links. Pre-registration begins via email registration. Pre-registration users will receive future rewards and have access to the CBT. Ooh, closed beta testing, man. I'm excited. I'm actually excited. Add a wish list available on PlayStation and Steam store pages. Global Game Show trailer reveal. New trailer will be revealed at the Summer Game Fest on June 6th and Future Game Show on June 7th. Highlights high-resolution graphics powered by Unreal Engine 5 and immersive storytelling. After the showcases, the trailer will be available for viewing on the official YouTube channel. Okay, so I'm going to definitely make videos around those two dates. For those of you that are curious, we're definitely going to be centering this channel around Seven Deadly Sins Origins when this game comes out. Again, I've always wanted an anime IP to be like a official content creator of, or just make videos on in general. I just, again, I love anime more than I love gacha games, and I already love gacha games a lot. So let that sink in. This is the best of both worlds. And again, the graphics already look pretty dang solid. The art looks pretty solid. And Netmarble has been redeeming themselves, I would say, in the past like few years, which is nice. Tower of God, I remember at first when it launched, it actually did pretty darn well. Now I know the game fell off, but launch it did pretty darn well. And then you also have Solo Leveling Arise, which not only just because of the anime doing extremely good, the game is doing really well still, and people really genuinely love that game because of how free to play friendly it is, from what I hear. That's it. There's a website. We could probably take a look at it in a later video, but I kind of just want to go over this little bit of information. I know I was just rambling the whole time talking about anime and talking about other various things like the Netmarble company or publisher, and then just about like IP based anime games to begin with. That's it. Thank you for watching and have a nice rest of your day. Bye bye. I'll definitely make the video on June 6th, June 7th going over the trailers though.